Tamara here. Welcome to the show. Today's guest is Shelly Badayos, a certified life coach and dating mentor for single men who are tired of getting friend zoned and want something real. Thanks for joining me, Shelly.
Hi, welcome, welcome. Thank you for having me.
I know your story a little bit, but do you want to share with the listeners how you came to do this?
Oh, it's a very, very interesting story because I stumbled upon this by accident. First of all, I started actually working as a nurse. And then in the middle of the pandemic, I started having this kind of like life crisis. I was like, I'm not really sure if I still wanted to do nursing. And then accidentally I stumbled upon coaching. And then as I saw also myself with my relationships as well around me, like I've been going through a lot of toxic relationships and learning more about dating as well, along with while learning coaching. That's when I discovered, um, I think it's time for me to also check in with myself and kind of update on how I approach dating. And then now, I noticed that when I had this glow up and when I had better relationships, I'm currently in a relationship as well. My guy friends started approaching me for dating advice. And then I was like, I'm kind of good at this. And then that's when I started really diving into or like doing dating or becoming a dating coach full time and then helping guys, starting to help guys more because I know that both men and women at the end of the day want the same thing. It's just having a better connection and good partners.
Yeah, definitely. And everyone says it's hard to date right now, so it's
Yeah, definitely.
any advice we can get out there will be good. And do you want to talk about your program now, or is there more to say before we start about the actual program, the Dating with Confidence?
Um, well, my program is also diving deeper into more internal work and then applying that on dating as well. Because what I've noticed is a lot of the programs that are being sold online is more so related to just the performance aspect of it and focusing more on the game. And there's not really a good lasting results in terms of like really having better relationships with women. And it's good for like getting their attention and having something short term, but a lot of these men want something long term,
Yeah.
so that's what it focuses on.
Yeah, I know you talked about, well, there's all kinds of stuff out there. Yeah, say the right thing, get the girl, but then once you get her, what are you going to do? So you had to
And
help
it's
with
like,
that part.
what am I gonna do? Yeah, yeah. What am I gonna say? It's always that. What am I gonna say? What am I gonna do? But it's not so, is this the right fit for me? You
Yeah.
know? Is this really for me?
Yeah. And what kind of stuff do you have them focus on? I know he's
It's, oh,
good. I know
yes.
I see you mentioned mindset, but wherever you want to go with it.
Yeah, yeah. So I do um first focus on like knowing their attachment style. So attachment style theory. And also, I don't know if you're familiar with somatic work or inner child healing as well. I do that with them as well so that they could focus on really what's going on within themselves that's keeping them stuck in the same pattern, whether it's dating the same girl or getting friend zoned a lot or not even having the courage to ask a girl, like really focusing on that first so that we don't end up in the same pattern anymore and we can break free from that so that they have a better relationship with themselves and their dating life as well.
Yeah, I have had a couple episodes on that, but I mean, it's always good to hear a different perspective. But yeah,
Yeah.
especially if they don't even know that there's a pattern that they're not even aware of. So
Yeah. Yeah. And it's funny because like usually when they start becoming better with other aspects of their life, like they say they're already better or like they're good with their like career or business, but they can't seem to get dating in place. That means that there's something that they're still not addressing in that part of their lives. And usually it's attached to, our relationship with also our parents as children. And we don't even know that too. So
yeah.
we really dig deep into that as well.
Okay. And do you want to? Yeah, and then I guess well, you were saying you were stuck in a cycle of toxic relationships where you
Yeah.
finally. Do you want to talk at all about that, or just go into more how you help men?
Yeah, because I think for me, how I how like I stumbled with dating and relationships in general and how this became a passion for me is because I've been there too. I've been stuck in the same pattern of like people pleasing and just really picking up the crumbs that other men would leave me and thinking that, oh, this is what a normal dating life would look like because this is what was modeled to me. And I realized that this is not something what I wanted when what happened to me was this was a like a really, really toxic relationship where a guy raised his hand at me and I said, this is not it. I don't want somebody who will physically hurt me.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
something has to change. And that was like the aha moment for me to be like, I need to do something about this.
Yeah.
And once that happened, that's when I started really honing in on like confronting myself and noticing, okay, it's not really about the people around me. It's also about me.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times too, like what I'm noticing and when these men approach me for dating advice is, like and it's getting better nowadays. It's getting better nowadays where men are becoming more emotionally in tune because us women we're very intuitive, we're very emotional creatures. And one way to be better at interacting with us is to relate to us emotionally. And so this is what I'm teaching men too, and it deals with a lot of like confronting themselves. And so the same thing that I've applied to myself is the same thing I'm teaching to these men, and also how to relate to women better too.
Yeah, I say I do have a lot of episodes about just how different we are, and no, people don't really understand. Like you can be saying
Yeah,
you think you're having the same conversation or like on the same page in a conversation, and realize you're just speaking past each other because men and
right.
women are so
Yeah,
different.
they are. But again, it's we just want the same thing, and we're just misunderstanding each other.
Yeah,
And it's like, if we could just come from a place of like, and this is why my girlfriends are asking me, why are you not coaching women? Why are you coaching men? But it's because like, who is a better person to coach men than women? Because we women understand how we are, and we have to tell them how we are, or else they're if other men coach them, yes, sometimes like it's right, but then a lot of the times when some of my clients, and I have some clients that had a dating experience with other men, some of the things that they teach about women is very misleading and
mm,
they have been misguided. Like, oh, you have to appear dominant or women like this kind of things and that kind of things. Well, when all women want is just the feeling of safety.
yeah,
We just want to feel safe
yeah,
with somebody because a lot of the times like this world is just it's for us women it feels unsafe for us. There's
yeah,
just a lot of like people taking advantage of us or the catcalling or we don't know what the intentions of these men are,
yeah,
there's some men out there that are just who just want to take advantage of us, and this is why safety is so important to establish with women.
yeah, definitely.
So yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, like just walking through a parking lot where we have to like look around and think someone could grab us, and men just don't. They
Right,
just don't even
right.
think they need to ever go there, so they don't realize how.
Mm,
Yeah, I've been in that situation before,
exactly.
trying to explain like why safety is so important, and I think some men still just don't because it's so far out of what their norm, so they don't always get it. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
and then you also said that what men want generally is their well, and being to be respected is like the biggest thing for them. Like we want safety, they need respect. Or is there anything else you to say about that, or what else men need from women?
Well, I feel like for men, what they need from women is, yeah, that's true, respect. And I think that goes both ways in a party, but also to be understood. Um, I think that goes as well for both parties. It's just a matter of like um having somebody who supports them in a world where people think that men should appear a certain way too. I think this is where men are being misunderstood a lot. Like men are expected to be the provider, the strong person in the household, the leader, la di da di da di da. But then sometimes they do feel tired. They do feel like they have to collapse and just like be vulnerable at the end of the day. And this is what men need from women, is just to have that support and somebody that who they can be themselves with, you know?
Yeah.
And I think this is where a lot of men were conditioned to appear strong, and this is where they're missing out the opportunity to connect with women, because women do appreciate the vulnerability behind it. I think this is what also establishes the safety that we can trust this person because we know this person is showing us their true colors. They're being vulnerable to us. So I think when we come to that point of just like seeing each other eye to eye and understanding each other, that's when we get what we want from each other.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I would say giving each other the benefit of the doubt when instead of assuming the worst, like when there is misunderstandings, like there are going to be, don't automatically like assume it's going to be the best or the best version of what they're trying to say or their intention is
Right.
something good, or even ask a question like,
Yeah.
"Did you mean to say this? It felt like that."
Yeah. No, yeah. And it sucks because, like, this is what I see this in my friends too. Like, some men and some women, both sides, they assume like all women are like this or all men are like this. And it just robs the opportunity of giving the people who aren't like that a shot.
Yeah.
And this is why also dating is becoming hard nowadays because like in social media, like all of the worst, like the best and the worst scenarios are being presented in social media. And we are expect to believe that this is how it is just in general. When you step out, there's like more to that. And it's not all like that. And it robs us the opportunity of just being curious and being open to the experiences and other people.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially, I mean, now everyone has advice on Instagram, like you're saying, the social media, and some of it's like really good
Yeah.
and some of it's not, but you don't know which till you like try it
Yeah.
and realize. But yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about how people can work with you, like how to reach you or your websites or your social media?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So I'm very active on Instagram. That's my main platform. They could reach out, just send me a DM, and then what I'll do is I will just qualify them first, and if they are a right fit for what I do, then we'll hop on a quick call to see if we're a perfect fit for each other. Um, and yeah, because it's just basically a vibe check first. Like I know that it's not just me who's gonna qualify you, but you're also gonna check if you like me. And then after that, I'm gonna basically walk you through what working with me looks like, and then when everything is all a perfect fit, then we'll move forward to working with me. Working with me would look like it's gonna usually I have like different programs that I offer. You can go from just one session alone. We can do that to like a full package of one-on-one coaching with me for like the whole 4 months. And it's one-on-one. You have my full attention, and then we both have like also group coaching and also like the modules and the programs that they could go through at their own pace.
Okay.
So yeah.
And where can they find that? I know I have that information, but just so if they're listening and we can, you know, what's your.
Yeah, so they could follow me at on Instagram at Shelly Shelley Badayos Badayos, or they could go to my website. It's go.coachingwithseashells.com slash dating with confidence. That's the whole website, and they could apply there.
Okay. All right. Well, do you want to say more about how you work with them or what you've seen in dating or some of the biggest, I guess, mistakes men make and what you would say not to do or to do about it? Whichever of the three.
I think one of the biggest mistakes that men do make when it comes to dating is I think either moving too fast or too slow. There are times when men think that women are ready for the touch aspect of dating, or they're ready to advance even though they're just being nice to them, and they move too fast, and that's how you get branded as a creep.
Yeah.
While other men, what they do is they've been talking for like a couple of months now, and they're not doing any type of forward movement to progress the relationship. And going too long without doing anything or to advance the relationship, women would think that they just want them as friends. And
Mm.
sometimes when women already establish in their head, like, oh, we're friends, it's hard to get out of that mindset for them.
Yeah.
And so really finding the perfect time to be in the middle of like not moving too fast or not moving too slow. Like this is how you get friend zone and this is how you get branded as a creep. And I know both of those are um men's like biggest fear. Like getting friend zoned and being called as creepy. And some men stop like approaching women because they don't want to appear as creepy, or men stop really confessing their real feelings for this person that they've been close with because they don't want to get friend zoned. They just want to play it safe.
Yeah.
But the reality of this is you have to really take the risk, or else you're not going to get any payoff from this.
Yeah. And when you say advanced, are you saying like even like a kiss at the end of a date or something like that, or like show
Yeah, no,
affection
yeah.
and show interest? I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like really being honest, and this is the key term here, being honest and vulnerable with their intentions and feelings. Sometimes they just say, "Oh yeah, we're friends." Yeah, and they don't do anything about that anymore. They don't even try to flirt when it comes to people who are getting friend zoned. But then there are some men who are just very aggressive about it, thinking that, "Oh, if I don't do my move now, it's gonna be too late."
Yeah. And do
Yeah.
you give advice on like how to read the room, like how to know if a woman is interested or not? Like what's some of the
Yeah.
this ways you would tell a guy to see or look for before they try?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. If a woman is engaging, responsive, maintains an open body language, meaning their hands are not close to each other, they're leaning towards you and they're trying to close the gap between you and her, like the space between the two of you, and she asks a lot of questions, she keeps the conversation going, that's already a good sign, right? Especially if you're going on a date with this person, that's already a good sign. And this is where you can progress the touch. The touch also has its own progression. Like you start first with a friendly touch, and if she's responsive to that, that's when you move to like touches that are more intimate, and you have to see if she's responsive to all of your advances or not. If she starts backing away or like having like this subtle cues of like, oh, I don't want that, or nope, she said no, then that means you have to just go back and go back to where you were. So it's a little bit of a dance. But a woman who wants it, she will continue, continue, continue to lean towards you.
Yeah.
Women will give subtle hints, but not so subtle hints. They will hint to you that they like you by just being more closer to you and being more open to you and being more engaging towards you. And they might laugh at your jokes that probably isn't funny too. Like they would excessively laugh at it. And you will have this energy from her that she really wants your company. And that's already a sign that you should go for it.
Yeah. Do you have like closing comments or final thoughts you want to say, or another point that I forgot to ask that you want to make before we move to?
Yeah, so for the closing comment, I know dating can be hard nowadays because there's a lot of factors that are added to the equation, like dating apps, which now focuses more on the superficial aspect of dating, and like these unrealistic expectations set by social media, thinking that we have to find guys who are this kind of qualities. And same with girls who look like this. But at the same time, I think the only way that you can find the right person for you is continuing to put yourself out there and just come from a place of honesty and authenticity. Because this is when you will filter out the wrong people, and this is where you will really find the right person for you who will accept you for who you are as a person. And this is the key to a long lasting relationship. Just don't hide who you are, just be you.
Yeah, definitely makes sense because if you're trying to stay with them long term and you acted differently the whole time, it's not going to necessarily go well for you. So yeah, very good advice. Thank you. And I want to say, if you love this episode, be sure to tell your friends about it and rate it as well. And thank you again, Shelly, for being on.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
All right. Thank you. All right. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Frank Talk, sex and dating educates.
Hi, everyone. Sorry for the interruption. I just wanted to point out that there is a send us a text message at the very beginning of the description, and you can use that to send an anonymous question or comment. So I'd really appreciate it. All right. Thanks.